Welcome back to MySQL. This is Lesson 8. In Lesson 7, we brushed the surface of some MySQL administration links. Now, let's look more closely at user accounts and logs. We will begin by opening up the MySQL Workbench connection and then click Users and Privileges. You can add a new user account. It's fairly simple. You just click the Add Account button at the bottom. Then go up where the name is listed. It defaults to New User. Type over New User with the name you prefer, and then type the password. Now it's going to validate the quality of your password. It checks for 8 or more characters consisting of upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. This is a medium strength password because I used upper and lowercase letters plus digits. By clicking the Administrative Roles tab, you can choose the privileges for this new user. I'm going to click Select, Update, and Insert, and that's all that this account can do. Be sure to apply your change. Next, I'll click CIS user that I added in Lesson 7 and display its privileges. One thing that you can do at this point, you can actually change the user's password here. It does require that you confirm it, so you have to type the same thing twice. In this one, I used some digits, some numbers, and special characters. So as you can see, it's a strong strength password. Click Apply in the lower right of the window to accept the changes. If you want to retain a user account and just suspend their access, you can use Revoke All Privileges. It will confirm that this is what you really intend, and it will remove all privileges from the account that you selected. But the account is still there. You can see here this user has no privileges granted. If you want to grant privileges, you'll click the appropriate boxes on the right and then apply to set them up, just like a grant command. You can also grant privileges specifically per database. For this user, let's give some privileges for the SAMPDB database. Click the tab for Schema Privileges. Click Add Entry, then selected Schema for SAMPDB, and click OK. Next, click Select and create Temp, nothing else. Finally, apply the change. So, for the SAMPDB database, they might be able to query information, but not update or alter or insert into it. If a user needs to be completely removed, you simply click that user and click Delete below the list. And since it's being deleted, it will have you verify that it's really what you want. Click Drop to complete the request. It is not recommended to ever touch your root user ID. You can change the password, but it's a good idea to never modify or remove any of the root IDs. These are very important to the system. Next, we can take a look at the administrative logging by clicking Server Logs. MySQL logs are a tool for locating issues and tracking the status of your MySQL. We have tabs for 3 logs: Error, General, and Slow logs. This is the error log file. Here is the general log file too. Both are listed in date and time order so that you can easily track your server status at any given time. The Options file will allow you to actually turn on log files by clicking the Logging tab, and then select the type of log that you intend to use. You can log with a general log, errors, slow queries, output logs, and many others. You can also choose to expire logs in a certain amount of days. This allows you to rotate the log files. As you see here, I've modified the expiration time for the logs to 5 days, and I've turned on some other features, including slow query logs. When slow query logs are selected, 10 seconds is the amount of time that is allowed before one is logged. You can modify that, and in fact here I show a time of 5 seconds. I also want to add warnings to my error logs, like this. You have to click Apply in the lower right corner to make these changes happen in your my.ini file. You could also view your file changes, but you do have to click Apply again to make them happen. After running a few queries and creating a few errors, you can actually go out and verify the content of your logs. They're going to be located under the Data file. That's where your subdirectory is. That is also the same location as your databases. These are the folders for the databases currently stored in the MySQL server on my computer. The logs are listed here with certain names that are based upon what MySQL shows in the options files. In this case, this is the general log. I've opened it here with Notepad++ to show that it is exactly the same information we saw in our administration window under the server option general logs. Note that now the error log includes warnings because of the changes we made to the settings. Feel free to check out each of these logs on your own time and see what kind of information you are generating in your own MySQL. You will be using this information for your assignment, so feel free to refer back to this video should the need arise.